Hey y'all, it's David. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm back today with a Bible review of the Perfect Size, Perfect Bible. This is the ESV PSQ by Schuyler. But first, if you enjoyed the music that plays underneath this video or any of my videos, all my music is available for download at forloveoftheword.bandcamp.com. But there are albums slowly getting on iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, Spotify, all the stores that you guys have been asking for years, many of you, and I've put it off because of the expense, but now that expense has come down, so it makes sense to start putting up. So last year I released my latest album called Transitions. That one's already been on iTunes and the cross platforms. This year I've uploaded the Hearing Love soundtrack, which is another one of my favorite albums, and that is now available on iTunes and Spotify and across all the platforms. So if you were one that wanted to listen to music but weren't so much into Bandcamp, then that's available for you to stream and download at whatever you want to now. And then in addition to the music, I was in ministry for over 10 years, so my body of work is still available. So you can go to my website at davidleebrown.odoo.com and you can stream for free or download the teaching that I did while I was in ministry. And then there's also a link there to go to Amazon to purchase my book, Hearing Love, which is a commentary on the greatest commandment to hear the Lord and love Him with all of your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And that is available in paperback, in hardback, my favorite, because I'm kind of a book snob. And then it's also available on ebook, and now introducing the audiobook. Amazon has opened up for self-publishers like myself an audiobook platform. So now it's available in any format you want: audiobook, ebook, hardback, or paperback. With that out of the way, I know some of you have been around the channel for a while and you're like, oh wow, Dave uploaded again, because I think my last upload was around the fall. It was another Bible review, and I don't really have time to put a lot of teaching and presentations together, because if you notice in the announcements I said I was in ministry for 10 years. A quick update on that: I'm really focusing on our retirement. So for over 10 years, my wife and I gave everything to the ministry. And by everything, I mean house, career, retirement, time. We just poured everything into ministry. And so now I've got 23 years left before retirement, so I'm in a great company to help us do that. That's also created the opportunity for me to go back to school. So I'm in the process right now of pursuing my MBA. So my MBA coursework has taken up a whole lot of time, so I don't really have time for YouTube to be consistent. Once that's done, then I'll be able to figure out what I want to do with YouTube, whether it's a combination of like ministry stuff / health stuff. So I might upload random things every once in a while. And then in addition to MBA coursework, Allie and I just became grandparents. And so she is Honey and I am Merch. There's a whole story behind that I won't get into. And I know a lot of people are like, Merch, but if you live in the country, it doesn't make sense, and that's why it works. And so it's just so country it doesn't make sense. I'm going to Merch and Honey's house. So that's us. Super proud of our sons, and Allie and I are like pretty much like empty nesters right now, and it's glorious. It's like being in high school, and we're both still so young. I know some of y'all watching the video, you're like, you're a grandpa? Like, yep, I'm a grandpa, but I still feel like 12 years old. But anyway, Bible review time. There's so many out there now. I remember back in 2014 and 15, 16, 17, it was easy to keep up with all the new editions that were coming out because there really wasn't much. Now there's just so much, and new publishers and new editions. It's impossible to keep up with them. So when I get a new Bible, it's going to be something really special that gets my attention. Well, the reason this PSQ gets my attention, I have a PSQ in New American Standard that I've had since the first time they came out. But a few years ago I did a video called More Bibles This Size Please, where I highlighted the 5.5 by 8 inch by 1 inch Bible size of just being the perfect fit in your hand, do everything, and just feels right. It feels like the Bible size. It's a great size for a Bible. And I was just scratching my head that those few years ago, like, we've got an amazing premium Bible market. Why don't we have more Bibles in this just perfect size? We either have them that are like these massive curtains that drape over your legs, or the tiny chunky compact Bibles. And so it's been really cool because Schuyler's not the first one to do it, but now that they've joined in, I think they're the best one to do it. And so that is the primary reason I jumped on this PSQ, because to me the hand size is more of a personal size. I still like the big ones, I still like the chunky ones, all the variations, but if I had to like pick one, if I have to run off with one Bible to use the rest of my life, I might grab 19 or 20 of them, because all those might be the one Bible that I want to use the rest of my life. But this one would be in that 19 or 20. Anyway, I just wanted to highlight this for you guys to see. I had this for several months actually, and just because of the nature of everything going on, I haven't been able to film it, but have some time off and wanted to film a Bible review for you guys. So I went with the Desert Camel for this one. I haven't had any of these new type leathers, so the last one I got was Tuscany, which has been aging really nice, and I love that new King James that you saw in my previous video. But I went with the Desert Camel for this one just to see all the new leathers that Schuyler's doing, since I can't keep up with everything. But I just love it. It's a little bit drier feeling cover than the other ones that I'm used to, and maybe it's just because the grain, because you can really feel the grain on this Desert Camel, and I would imagine the other leathers like it, and different colors would probably be the same. But anyway, still just a staple. Everything that I've come to love about Schuyler is just here in a new perfect size. And so this is the ESV. They only make this new size right now in ESV and New Living Translation. That's why I went with an ESV. I've always liked the ESV. It hasn't been like a main Bible for me, but I couldn't pass up Schuyler doing a new one. So maybe this one will make me like the ESV a little bit more better, just because I love the size and the feel of this. Again, super floppy stuff, just what we've come to love about Schuyler. For the PSQ, they didn't change the font size, but they changed the page layout, since the text block is 5.4 by 8 inches, and so they've changed the typeface on the pages, but it is still 8.5 font, just like the original PSQ. What they added for these, though, is drop caps. And so the drop caps are something that was previously exclusive to the Canterbury and the King James, so it's really neat to see the drop caps come into another translation, and I think the ESV is perfect because it is really a beautiful translation. It's not as technical as the New American Standard or the Legacy Standard, but as far as just the beauty of the written word and the flow of it, that's where the ESV shines, where it is considered a literal translation. It is a technical translation, but it's also got a really good flow instead of being just so technical and choppy. This is one of the things that they tried to fix with the New American Standard 2020. But I think what makes the New American Standard so great was just the technical word for word. But anyway, I really like the drop caps. I love the new typeface. Everything flows amazing. One of the reasons I absolutely love the Quentel for just quick reading is the way that the references and the footnotes are laid out, where you have the footnotes on the outside corners, so just bam, easy to get. You don't have to search for footnotes in the midst of the references. And then if you do want to look at a reference, then the scriptures are bold red, so easy to find. Those stand out. And so just it's easy to find cross references, it's easy to find the footnotes. Very efficient typeface to read. And so the Quentel's been my favorite reading typeface. And now in this perfect size with the perfect typeface, this is just really the perfect Bible in the perfect size. I'm super excited about it. And standard stuff in the back, no concordance, but there is a few sheets of lined notebook paper and Schuyler maps. One other thing that they did change on this, the style of the cross. So the cross here and the Jerusalem cross there, it's a little bit thinner, which I like. But honestly, when I open this up, because they moved this cross, it really threw me off. Because I've had Schuyler's from the beginning. And what they did is this cross used to be over there. But they moved it just a little bit. So instead of centering the cross with the edge of the spine and the edge of the yap, they centered it with the edge of the spine and the tooled line, so it moved it over. So I thought I got like a defective or like a mistake or something. I actually had to write them like, the cross is significantly moved to the left, and it's like really wigging out my eyes. I didn't say that in the email. I was a little bit more professional. It can be less professional on YouTube, I think. But anyway, I was nice about it, but I was trying to figure out, like, did you guys do this on purpose? Is this a redesign, or was this a mistake? Because take the very last one I have and all the other ones, when you get a full Yap Schuyler, the cross is lined up with this edge here. And so the cross is that way. And then on this one, they move the cross that way. And so being like a Schuyler guy for years, that threw me off. And I still like, okay, when I get used to this and then I pick this one up, then I'm like, oh, the cross is weird. And then I get used to this and then I pick this one up and I'm like, oh, the cross is weird. And so it's like, now they're just all weird. But whatever, it is what it is. Different people have their preferences. I will say Allie likes the placement of this one better. I like the placement of this one better, just because that's what they've done from the beginning. So it's like, oh man, why did that even have to become an issue? I don't think I've ever spent any time on any of my previous videos about the cross being in the wrong spot. But now it's like, yeah, it's kind of interesting there, but you can see them there, how it's just looks different. It's not wrong, they're just both different, and so your eye gets used to whatever it gets used to, and that's it. It's not a critique, it's not a complaint, it's just a beware. If you haven't got one of the new PSQs with the new Jerusalem cross and you open it up, it's gonna be a little lefterly looking, and you're gonna be like, what in the world? Is this a mistake? And they did write me back and they said, no, it's not a mistake, it's a part of the redesign, and the cross is centered between the spine and the tooled line instead of the spine and the edge of the Yap. So now I've got crosses in two different places, and on my premium Bibles, guys, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I never would have noticed if they didn't move it, but they moved it. And there it is. Next, here's the original PSQ. This is the very first one they came out with. It's a New American Standard. This was before they were putting full Yaps on them, so this is not a full Yap, so keep that in mind when you're looking at the difference here. But they still sell these original PSQ sizes with full Yaps, without full Yaps, in different translations, other than the ESV and the NLT. I don't know if they have any plans to change, because they have to change the whole typeface. I know it's a lot of work to redo it. It's like basically redoing a new Bible. It's not just changing sizes, and it's not a simple process. And having self-published my own book and done the typeface for my book, and I've been hired to do typefaces and formatting for other books that have come out, because I do think the formatting and the typeface of Hearing Love is actually really amazing. I consider typeface really a work of art and a part of it. And when I did the typeface for Hearing Love, I took books that I really enjoyed reading, that flowed well, that I enjoyed having in my hand, and I took notes of what was great about all of them and combined everything I liked in my top 3 books into the typeface of one book. And Schuyler obviously cares about their typeface, and so it is a lot of work. So I don't know if they have any plans to transition more translations. I hope they do, but I'm not aware of any. So when you're looking on the website, be aware, if they do transition, look at the sizes of the PSQ, because it's the same font size, 8.5, 8.5, but the new size is 5.4 by 8 by 1. The original size is a little bit different, so it's going to be, less by a little bit more chunky, a little bit more. And then we've got the regular size Quentel, which is still just a big, beautiful Bible. And we'll throw them all 3 together so you can see kind of the tiers of Quentel sizes. there's a lot of great Bibles in this size now. I've had this Holman actually for many years. This was one of the first ones that was kind of trying to be a premium Bible. This is the Holman Christian Standard in calfskin. Love this one. Had it for a long time, and then just no premium Bibles in the size for years. And so what ended up happening is I had a Moody press that was rebound by A.E. Bibles, and then A.E. Bibles found another Moody press, rebound it, and sent it over to me. Nice guy, that Adrian. And then Legacy Standard came out with their 2-column Bible, which was just in this perfect size. But before then you had Zondervan that also released their premium edition of the 2020 New American Standard. So all these big, beautiful Bibles, and then there's the Schuyler that has finally come out in this perfect size. Now, I know the Cambridge Diadem is close, but I wouldn't put the Diadem in this category. Yeah, it's 1 inch and it's about 8 inches on the spine, but the reason why I wouldn't put it in this category is the width. It's so much wider than just that perfect size that it just, that little bit takes it out of that perfect size realm to me, because it feels like a wide Bible when you're using it. So I was excited for the Diadem when it came in, but when I actually started using it, it's not a bad Bible to use. I enjoy it, but it's still just got that wide feel, and so I wouldn't put that in the same class as these. And so, and you can see the size difference there. Lastly, to wrap it up, we'll just have a stack of all these perfect size Bibles together for you to enjoy as we celebrate perfect size Bibles being made cool again. And so anyway, thank you guys for joining me for another video. I will see y'all next time, and don't forget that the Hearing Love soundtrack available with my latest album Transitions is all available on Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, all those places, in addition to where all my music normally sits at forloveoftheword.bandcamp.com. but those links will be in the description. Thanks again for watching another video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.